Hello, guys. Welcome to Honest Minds podcast. Today we are going to talk about why parents doesn't understand us, why we don't understand our parents, and basically about parent-child relationship gap. I'm also joined here with my co-host Elling.
Yeah. Hi. Welcome. And thank you, Margot.
Uh, Welcome. And I'm very excited actually to discuss it. I feel like we had some parts where we always touching our like relationships with our parents.
Definitely. Yeah.
I thought maybe we can start by saying like what is who is in our family, so it is more understandable to our viewers
Yeah.
how our family was built. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I feel like this subject is so good to talk about for an entire episode because I feel like I, at least, always
Yeah.
just circle back to like, yeah, my dad, yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um, I guess I can say that my mom and dad are divorced. They've been divorced for maybe they got divorced like 2016 or something, and
Okay.
I was 18, so I was an adult, I guess. And
I
uh,
guess.
I guess yeah. And yeah, so they're divorced. My dad has a new girlfriend. She's been around for like 9 years ish, so she's
Wow.
not new anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I don't know. Like I live very close to my mom, and my dad lives like 40 minutes from here or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I grew up with both parents. They are still together.
Mm-hmm.
36 years. It's going to be this July.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Like what?
they're always like around. They're always there, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
had both parents around. So you as well, right? Like until 18,
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
both of them were there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were there, but it was like it was this like dynamic, and I think that we have touched this as well, that
Yeah,
kids always notice when something is off, even when they don't say anything. Like they didn't
of
fight in
course.
front of us. They never did. They didn't scream or anything like that. But we knew. We knew that something
Mm-hmm.
was off in the energy, especially when
Yeah,
you're a bit sensitive to energy. You're like, okay, the mood is weird today, right? So yeah,
yeah.
we noticed through maybe our whole childhood ish. There
Mm-hmm.
were
Mm-hmm.
times that it was better, and there were times that it was worse, I guess. But yeah, you could tell.
And did your mom or your dad speak to you about it at that time when it was happening?
Not when we were kids, but like me and my mom has always been very close, and we spoke about it maybe when I was a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
like that they had issues, but I don't think that she went into like why they had issues and like everything. But or maybe it was that I was so curious that I was always like, you're fighting now, right? You're fighting, right? Something like that. And but our dynamic was so weird because it felt like it was us girls, because I have a sister as well, so us girls against my dad. often.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
because he was kind of the oof, I don't know how to express this. I hope he doesn't listen to this, but he was kind of this you could say like a mood killer, maybe,
Okay.
because we could have, like me, my sister, and my mom, we could have a great afternoon and laughing and enjoying our time and everything. And as soon as we heard the key in the door, we were like, okay, what mood is he gonna be in today? Is he gonna
Oh
be
my God.
because he had like moods sometimes where you had to behave a certain way not to step on his nerves, I guess. So he was a bit like pouty and I don't know how to describe it really, but it was this energy where he was like he was not talking as much. And I guess like now that I'm an adult, I know that he was probably just having bad days, but it really just overspilled on everyone else. He couldn't really control his emotions,
Okay.
so it just overspilled all the time.
Was he like screaming and like
No, never screaming. No, it was more
like
of this.
mhm,
Uh,
passive
you,
aggression?
yeah, definitely. You know this
Mm-hmm.
like it's worse when someone is disappointed than angry,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like
Uh-huh.
you can't really touch it. But if someone is angry, you can like, okay, he's really angry, he's screaming. But it was more of this like um yeah, I don't know. You just had to sense what kind of mood he was in.
Oh my God. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it now, and
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable. This
No.
is very
Yeah.
stressful.
Yeah, it was really stressful. Yeah,
And
definitely.
anxiety grows out of there, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, but I was really close to my mom, and now I am close with my dad as well, because we have kind
Mm-hmm.
of like gotten over it, I guess. But we can talk about that more as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How was
Interesting.
your dynamic in the family?
Um. Oh God. Yeah. So I have an older brother. He's almost 3 years older than me.
Mm.
Um. My parents. My parents are pretty young, so I think my mom had my brother when she was like 21, maybe,
Okay.
and my father is like he's 3 years older than my mom.
Mm.
And my dad, he's an alcoholic,
Oh, okay.
and like it's interesting. I don't want to like. I always want to say like no, he's not really.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, this kind of like feeling I have. He's not really. Sometimes he's an alcoholic.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But the hardest part, all my childhood, the hardest part was that when my dad drinks, my mom is not talking to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So she just
Okay.
stops talking.
Because she
And
doesn't like the drinking, or
yeah, yeah.
okay.
So she's trying to like boycott, you know. Oh yeah, it's a bit hard for me to explain. But basically, yeah, and like as she doesn't speak to my father, he proceed with his drinking, and she becomes very passive aggressive, and it's not possible to be at home because it's like, as you say, the energy is like you. And for me, it's interesting when you said that because I heard it many, many times from different people about the turning of the key in the lock.
Yeah.
Like when an anxious person would get very anxious, obviously. For me, it was more about the person who sits next to me. So if I'm home with my mom and my dad came,
Yeah.
I'm not scared of my dad because I'm now like he wouldn't make any harm to me.
Mhm.
But I'm very scared of how she would react.
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
And yeah, it was very like she tried, I think, sometimes to be in contact with me. So
Mhm.
even when she doesn't talk to him and my brother, I don't know why, because they're men, maybe, no idea.
Okay. Yeah.
But she was trying to like get me into her camp, so to say, on her side.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was always, as a child, I was always more of like a father-daughter.
Mm.
So I wasn't really ready to go on her side. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know.
I can
Yeah.
imagine that. Yeah.
So I was basically trying to escape it most of the times. I just wasn't home. I just left. I was
Okay.
outside somewhere, riding my bicycle, like
Mhm.
doing things
Yeah.
outside. Hmm.
And was this like your whole childhood, or
Yeah.
yeah? Okay. And you
Yeah, it
noticed
was
this
like,
really early.
of course, there were moments when we didn't have it, like, for example, like several months when
Mm.
everything is okay, I
Mm.
think.
Yeah.
But still, it was always the pattern. And
Mm.
moreover, the main thing was that you cannot say it to anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Like my mom told me,
Okay.
you shouldn't tell it to anyone.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
tell it to anyone.
Yeah. Because of the
So,
shame.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
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 Okay. Yeah. I don't think that I spoke about this at all, because I don't think that I thought that it was a problem at that time.
Yeah.
I think that I noticed it more when I was growing older, obviously. But I also was like, I had this idea because we were living in a nice neighborhood.
Mhm.
We're not upper class, but maybe like upper middle class, you could say. So we had a nice house and we had a nice car and everything like that, and it looked from the outside that everything was like picture perfect, this beautiful family
Okay.
and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that we maybe like automatically just played those characters even though
Mhm.
no one had said it to us. Maybe my
Mhm.
sister talked to her friends about it. I don't know. Maybe I did as well. I don't remember, but it was like, or yeah, maybe it was a thing among my friends as well, that they knew that my dad was a bit like scary. I think that they could think that he was a bit scary as well. Because I have mentioned here before that he didn't want us to have friends over. I think I've said that. Maybe not. But he was
Maybe not. Mhm.
he is very like he wants like his castle to be his and not be bombarded with, you know, random kids, So,
Okay.
and my mom was more like, because she had grown up with her mom and her brother, and her mom was always like, just come to us, hang out at our place, because it's better that you're here, that I know that you're here and everything, and yeah. So my mom wanted that kind of house and or home, and my dad was like, no, no one should come here, you know. So I think that my friends
Yeah.
could notice that the difference, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's a very interesting thing because we didn't have money as I was a kid. Like we had some point where my dad had a nice job and we had some money,
Mm.
but usually we didn't. And as I explained, my grandma lived in USA, and she also didn't have money. She just lived in USA.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but she sent us the clothes from second hands a
Mhm.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and my mom, she has like an art education, you know, and my grandma is also very creative. So our whole family looked very like stylish.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as kids, as like a 1 2 year old even, I had a very very nice clothing.
Mm.
So people around who didn't know us, they thought that we are like very I don't know, rich maybe,
Mm.
or stuff like that. And more to that, the one thing I discussed it with my mom actually last year. She was always like, she would always tell somebody who she met outside or a person who comes to our house that everything is perfect and wonderful,
Mm.
even though you know, this thing when like before guests come,
Mm.
everything should be cleaned out. And my mom is like that. And she, like in my head as a child, I remember it now, she would scream at us
Mm-hmm.
that we should clean.
Okay.
And 10 minutes later, when guests are coming, she's like, hello,
Mm.
everything is just great. It's so wonderful. Wow. We're
Mm.
like, it's beautiful here. We feel so amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I asked her a year ago, like, huh?
Mm. Mm.
And she was like, I really felt that way.
Okay. She felt that it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
so interesting.
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you screamed just 10 minutes ago. You
Mhm.
screamed at me and you said very unpleasant things.
Mm. Mm.
And how I can be like happy now when
Yeah.
guests are coming.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I also do understand, you know, like she was nervous and anxious. She took her energy out on me,
Mm.
and now everything is great and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's very interesting, the way that you mentioned like she was nervous and anxious. We didn't know that
yeah,
as children.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why
Mhm.
it's I feel like that is why I can talk about this now, like at this stage in my life, and
Yeah.
even like to the world, that it's like um w- we now know a bit more like why did this happen.
Yeah.
And it was so freeing to me, because I spent maybe 20 years of my life being angry with my dad. I was
Mhm.
so angry, pissed, underneath all the time. Even though I still wanted to make him proud, and I put him on this pedestal that like, okay, if only he can um, if only he can be proud of me, that's all that matters, which is
Yeah.
weird considering that who has been there for me all the time is my mom. And even still, I cherish his opinions more than hers, I guess. Which is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we have talked about this so much, me and my mom, and I have explained my point of view, and she has explained her point of view. And I never understood why she felt this anger towards him, even though I was mad. So I don't know, like, but I was like, why can't you meet him? Like, why is it so hard? You know, like what we were talking about my birthday party, and they can't be in the same room together. And I have always been like, why? Like, that's so immature. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And she, that's not something I can talk about now, that what she explained to me then. But I just got this whole other point of view to it, and I was like, okay, now I understand why you don't like us putting him on a pedestal more. It's hard to explain since I can't explain why, but I don't know. It just we through the years and through talking to each other, talking to my sister and having her point of view, talking to my dad and have his point of view, and talking to my mom and have her point of view. It's like you're slowly just like picking the pieces together, and you're like, okay, now I understand everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, like, I wouldn't say that. I think that I have just started to understand my parents. And I also think that there are some things that I don't want to understand.
Okay.
That I'm still feeling like I want to be a child in this situation, and I don't want to go and look at it from the adult position and look at my parent as at an adult, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very like I against this a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I really want, like, I had my parents, they were really into my social settings. Social setting, yeah. They would be there writing comments about how it could be that such a beautiful child could be born, and who is to
What?
yeah, it's like, it's like they like themselves a lot, maybe, I don't know, but they would write me comments saying like, oh, this is impossible for such a beautiful child to be born, you know, like.
Okay.
So I blocked them.
Understandable. Yeah. Okay.
And my mom, like a year ago when I visited them, she was like, yeah, you know, but I don't see you anymore. Like, I don't see the photos or like your stories and stuff. And I was like, yeah, because this is for my friends.
Mm.
And she looked at me and she was like, am I not your friend?
Mm.
And I was like, no. No, you are my mom. I love you so much. You're my favorite mom. But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. This is like, this, for me, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Like, guys, if there's people who feel like it's working for you, please let me know. I'm curious on how it works. Because for me, it doesn't work. I don't want it to work. I want my parents to be parents. I don't want them to go and try and be my friends. And
Yeah.
that's what my parents were trying to do almost my whole life.
Yeah. I am that way with my mom.
Yeah.
I consider her as it's weird because I consider her as a friend and a mom, and I also consider her as a daughter as well, because sometimes I'm her mom.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This happens to me as well, like daughter mother exchange of roles, but I feel that it is just because the world is changing
Yeah.
and like we have more experience to like what is going on.
Mm.
Like even for me now it's very easy example because like I live in Cyprus and my parents live in Russia, and when my mom comes it's almost impossible for her to do things alone. Like she doesn't speak English. Of course in Cyprus a lot of people speak Russian. But like she needs me
Yeah.
to
Definitely.
explain to her how the things are working,
Of course.
you know.
Yeah.
And like with the phones, you know, or
Yeah.
like laptops and
100%.
stuff like that, it's
Yeah.
always
Yeah. There's always something. Yeah. Yeah, with the phones and everything. Yeah. Same. But yeah. Yeah. But with my dad, I only feel like he's my dad,
mm-hmm.
guess. But yeah, it is weird because not really weird, I guess, but these days that we have met my dad, like the past maybe 2 years, he has actually, because we have never said anything to him about any of this stuff. Maybe we've dropped some hints somewhere along the way. But he knows. He knows, like, everything that was going on. Like, I think that we have seen him as oblivious, maybe, of everything that was going on. And he is slowly, which is why I feel this love towards him now, and like I don't feel angry, because he is healing in himself, and you can see that in him, that he is like, he is reflecting. He is like, yeah, maybe I wasn't that good of a dad. He can like drop that on us, and we're like, what? Like, we haven't even said anything, so we're like, yeah, maybe it was a bit hard sometimes. And it's not like he's not saying it to put blame on us or anything like that. It's only like you can see him reflecting on himself. Like, yeah, it was pretty tough during those years, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. I feel like it's nice to have this acknowledge, you know, like to have a person say it out loud.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. and I know that he hasn't. Okay, so there's two perspectives on it, because I think, and I don't know if this is okay to even say, but I don't think that my dad were meant to have kids.
Okay.
I think that his personality would be better to maybe just be like maybe the way I want to live now, because I don't want kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I enjoy my free time, I enjoy my space, I enjoy everything like that, because I'm very much like him in that way. So I feel like maybe he just had kids because he thought that that was the way it worked, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for that, I can feel for him. So I'm like, he couldn't make that decision when he was younger, and he
Yeah.
just thought that that's how the world works. So he did
Mm-hmm.
it. And also, all of the issues, like with my mom, she has been, what is it called? Like when you have sick leave from your job for a long period of time.
Absent? Absence? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sabbatical. It was sabbatical.
It's but it's more like because she has been sick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But so a very long sick leave, and she has been having problems with her back, had to operate on that and
Wow.
go to
Yeah.
surgery, and then she had cancer. So it was like, and I was sick as well. I got diabetes and I got all these other things, and it was like, it was always someone that was very, very sick, and having, like, when you view it from my dad's perspective, it had to be hard on him because he was the only provider for the family, for years, I think. And I think maybe that he was depressed and that he had anxiety, but he didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And he couldn't feel into it because he needed to work, because my mom had cancer, and so it was like, once you realize that, I'm like, okay, it had to be hard on him as well.
For sure.
Yeah, really, really hard.
Wow. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially when we don't like. Actually, like, I'm a little bit confused now, because the way we know about therapy nowadays, and the way I feel like the generation of like our parents didn't really know about that, or thought that it's like for sick people.
Mm.
And then I really like to watch old series,
Yeah.
like old American series.
Okay.
And we are watching one with my husband now. And I think it was filmed like in 2000s.
Mm.
And like people are talking about therapy there casually. You know, like it's a comedy series, sitcom, and like the old man, like 70 years old, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell it to my therapist, you know, like.
Okay.
And when I see it, I'm like, it is so casual. It's not like, it sounds like it's normal.
Mm.
And I don't really understand why 26 years later it seems like back then nobody knew about it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Mm-hmm.
You know. So I'm it's just something that I'm thinking about and I'm curious. Maybe, of course, maybe it's because of the internet.
Mm. Could be.
Like everything has changed.
Yeah.
And maybe also it depends on the area where you were born and where you were grown. Like, did your parents go to therapy?
My mom went to group therapy at least.
Ooh.
Yeah, for PTSD. But my dad was like, he didn't understand mental health at all, and he was, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but it just tells so much, like this story tells so much about how it was and how it was for me, because I was always like the mediator between everyone. I was like, I was the translator between my sister and my dad and my sister and my dad and my mom, and you know, when they got divorced, I hadn't me or my sister, we hadn't moved out yet, so I was maybe 18 and she was 19, I guess. So we still lived with our parents, and my dad got a house, like a rental from a friend, which was really convenient and really nice. So he was going to move there, and my mom and my sister and my mom and my sister were supposed to move in with my grandma in this one bedroom apartment with 2 dogs and 2 cats. Full house in this small apartment. And my dad picked me up from work one time that I was working late, and he said to me, don't you want to move in with me instead? And I remember just being so shocked about that, because I was like, do you want to be with me? You know, that was my first thought. I was like, okay. And then he said, yeah, because I don't want you to become like them, like my mom and my sister. And what he meant was that they were both very depressed. They had very much anxiety. My sister stayed home for like a year or something, and she was extremely depressed. And he was like, yeah, I don't want you to become like them.
But did you know at that time that that's what he meant?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Definitely. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, because for me it was like this internal thing that I was like happy that he wanted to stay, like he wanted me to stay with him, and happy that he asked me, but angry because he's saying these things and using that against me to get, like, I don't know, it just felt, it felt what's the word? It just felt mean, I guess. I can't find a better word, but mean against them, to put them in that equation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like maybe it would be better if he would tell you how he feels. Like if he would maybe tell you, because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was probably that feeling he had. But I also feel like he he didn't understand mental health, so he didn't understand what depression was. So he was like, "Yeah, I don't want you to be lazy like them." He didn't say lazy, but I know that was what he was thinking. Like, yeah, they don't want to work, they don't want to go to school, and I'm like, yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't. That's not how it works, you know. And it wasn't until years later, until he met his girlfriend, and she has sons. And when he realized that they went to therapy, it suddenly was a whole other thing. And now he understands that mental health is a thing, and psychologists are good and a good thing. And I'm like, okay, it really had to take men for you to say that. And then he could accept it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Also, I don't think that maybe that's the thing. It's more maybe about experience that he already had.
Mm. Yeah, could be.
Like, yeah, yeah. Oh, interesting, interesting.
Mm.
Um, my parents are in couple therapy.
Okay, now.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just started, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never been at like personal therapy before or
Okay.
something or anything.
How did this
Yeah.
happen?
I think it's because of my brother, because my brother was in therapy, or he is in therapy for the last maybe 6 years.
Okay.
And it create a huge progress for him, for his personality. And he shared a lot with my dad about that.
Mm.
So I think that's the reason for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a bit crazy, very how to say it, modern
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
of them to do so.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I know some, but I don't know what is happening. But it is interesting. It is interesting because like recently my mom told me I don't remember the exact phrasing of it, but she told me something like you know, I don't really know what I feel,
Mm-hmm.
like usually.
Okay.
And I was like, huh?
Mm.
Like what? How's like I've started to think about it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can't, like, because my mom, she always does everything for people around her.
Mm.
And I might understand. And when she was a kid, she was only growing with her mom.
Mm.
And her mom had like 3 jobs. That's why my mom was like a housekeeper, like a helper at every job that her mom had. And like basically, she told me one time that she was like a servant.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how she grew up, like to help,
Mm.
like always to help.
Mm.
So, and her mom, she was very, I want to say cruel.
Mm.
Maybe that's the word. She was a very strong woman, and she never had a husband, and she would always be very, very strong.
Okay.
I remember she came to Russia after 30 years of her not being there, like not 30, maybe 20 something. And we were walking, and it was very icy on the street. And I was walking with her, and I tried to, to like take her hand to help her. And she just like pushed me, and she said, I'm not going to get used to someone helping me. What am I going to do when you're not here?
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was like a very, that is basically my understanding of how grandmothers are.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, basically, I would say both of my grandmothers are like this.
Yeah.
They're both very closed, very they never show love. They're very like strong,
Yeah.
and they don't need anyone else. They're like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I was actually always jealous for grandmothers, who you would come to. They would give you like a jam and like something,
Yeah.
and like you can stay at your grandma, and you can go somewhere to your grandma. I never had that.
No.
So it was always for me like they're very strong, independent women who live alone without a man.
Yeah.
They don't need anything.
Yeah. I I understand. My grandma on my dad's side were the same. Like she was very independent and not rude. She could be rude. She could be very straightforward, I guess.
Okay.
But very, very independent. She was traveling a lot, and like we didn't see her as much as my grandma on my mom's side, because that was the grandma that was very like nurturing, caring. We could stay at her place, like you mentioned, and everything. So yeah, I had both, I guess. Yeah. But it also, I've noticed that it also is depending on how old they are. Like when they're growing older, their personality change a lot. And my grandma on my dad's side, she was very like loving towards like the last couple or 3 years or something. She was very like, yeah, I don't know if she said I love you, but you could feel it more then. Versus my other grandma, she's still alive. She I think that she has maybe done the other switch. So she was very loving then, and now she's a bit more like harsh, I guess. But yeah, she's a sweetheart as well.
Okay. I had a grandma for a little while, and she was a proper, in Russian we say babushka.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like a proper one. although she was smoking,
Okay.
like I think all the time,
Uh,
but she was like a little flower. She was like very. She taught me how to
crochet,
how,
knit.
yeah, like do that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and something else. And I remember she had her separate room. She lived with her second daughter, and she had this separate room. And I would come to their house, and she would be like, "Let's go, let's go." And we would go to her room, and she would be like, "Here I'm making this, and here I'm making that. Let's go look outside from the balcony." And she lived like at ninth floor or something.
Okay.
And we would go to the different room. She would be like very slow. And we would go to this balcony and we would stay there. She would smoke.
Yeah.
And we would look down and see like what people are doing outside, like stuff
so
like that. It
cozy.
was very nice. And she was the one who would give me like salted cucumbers, like pickled one,
Mhm.
and like jam and stuff like that. Yeah, but she died when I was 13, I think, maybe something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was a bit early for me at that time. I felt like I would want her to stay a bit more.
Yeah, I can imagine. Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
sounded really
but
nice.
yeah, but still, I had this kind of experience a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
very
This
nice.
is nice, and I can imagine her being younger,
Mm.
and like I know that the relationship between her and my grandma, her
Yeah.
child,
Mm.
was very bad.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I don't really remember being there when my grandma is there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be there with my dad or even alone, you know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I look at my grandma and I'm like, yeah, when she was young, she could have been very like direct and harsh and you know.
Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Exactly.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, something happens when they grow older.
For sure, I think it's like more of a little bit going back to a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I think that that is what is actually happening with my dad now, because he's so much like sweeter now. And it actually, one of my childhood cats is an example of this as well. She was, I think she was like 15 or 16 when she died, and
Okay.
she was very like very independent, very like, don't touch me, like I'm just here to be beautiful, you know. She was just sitting there. Sometimes you could pet her, but like preferably not. You know. And then her last years she was so loving, and she would
Yeah.
like, you know, want to come and sit in your lap and everything. Yeah, it was amazing to see, actually. Yeah, it's so interesting how the brain works.
Finally.
Yeah, yeah, finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting. I
Mhm.
agree. Like
Yeah.
how the basically how the age is working.
Yeah,
Like
even for a
what
cat.
like even for a cat, and when we discuss this like relationship between parents and children, like when I was a teenager,
Mhm.
the way I spoke, it was a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like try and say something to me.
Yeah.
Like just like you can try.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Just try.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, check your chances.
Okay, yeah.
So, I like for that, I think parents are great. Like any parents who lived through the teenage years of their children.
Yeah.
Because like, and I'm asking my mom about that,
Yeah.
and she's like, I don't remember. She's like, you were very nice all the time, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Really?
like how your brain works.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
so
we talked
interesting.
about last
Yeah.
episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like,
Remembering
everything
the
was
good.
great. You were perfect. You were
Yeah.
amazing. And I was
You're
like,
like, oh, okay.
okay. If that's so, then
Exactly.
then all right. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
The-
oh, sorry.
no, no.
The-
Go ahead.
The other thing that I was was really wanted to bring in is that like when I was a child and my brother was a child, my parents, our parents, gave us a lot of freedom, like a lot. I could go out alone when I was 6.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, like we had like this neighborhood. I lived in a 5 floor house, like 5 floor and several entrances house. I don't know how it calls in English. I even know how it calls in Greek and in Russian, but I don't know how it calls in English.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you would have in the middle, you would have this place where kids like are, I don't know, like some slopes and stuff like that. So I was allowed to be there since I was 6, I think, until I was 10. And I think I was 10 years old when I was allowed to go further away
Okay.
from that. And I would go and spend the night at my friends since I was 10. And I had a friend who I almost half lived with.
Yeah.
So I stayed at her place all the time.
Yeah.
And then like, and also at the same time, my parents would allow everyone to come to our house. All my brother's friends. My brother started to smoke when he was like 14.
Okay.
And they would all smoke. I hope the parents of these kids are not watching. They would all smoke in our house.
Okay.
And drink.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
Like it was all happening. And my parents were like, better it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
And I was like 11. You know.
Yeah.
This is the vibe. This is the vibe.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I got a status of growing up too early. Like I would cook for myself since I was 6. Like I would do a lot of different, like make my own decisions. If I want to go to judo, I would go there and they would be like, bring your mom, and I would be like, okay, you need to go with me, you know, like, and I'm 8 and stuff like that. And all the kids, especially the ones who would come to our place when they were teenagers, now and like 10 years ago even, they would be like, guys, your parents are the best. Like you have the best parents.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
It's like
From
it's
outside.
not your parents.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I would look at you if that were your parents, you know,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So now I'm thinking that the approach that I think is a bit more right for parenting
Mm.
is to restrict,
Yeah.
to like to not give a lot of freedom,
Mm.
to put the borders, to say like you can do this but you can't do that, and
Yeah.
if I say so, that is so.
Yeah.
And in the moment it could feel like you are a bad parent,
Mm.
but in the future it would like, and not even in the future, but in the moment it would remove the anxiety from a child.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
That's what this is basically what I'm thinking about now, and I'm trying to understand
Mm.
how it works, how it worked out for me,
Mm.
and how I think I would want it to work out,
Mm.
and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
how was it for you? Like, did you have a lot of freedom?
They were very strict.
Mm-hmm.
They were very strict. I feel like this is I feel like we should do a part 2 of this, because this is actually something that we can go deeper into as well.
Of course, sure.
Yeah, because now it's been over an hour. I think that we can maybe, right? We can make a part 2 of this. Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't want to rush it by, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's say guys,
Yeah.
share how it was for you. Like,
Yeah.
Was your parents strict,
Mm.
or were they more like freedom givers like mine?
Yeah.
And generally, like, how it felt for you growing up, and what kind of relationships you have with your parents now.
Mm.
We saw that one of you is 43, right?
Yeah.
And still, how was it? What was it? Do you remember?
What part?
The comment. We had a comment that it is still like. I will find it. So, we have a comment. I think that even though we are growing adults, our parents often still see us as a children. If I receive a gift or card from someone, my mom always asks me if I said thank you, and I'm almost 43 years old. She has done this my whole life.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's so interesting to read. So please share if you have anything else like that.
Please share more. And this is so like a thing that we can really relate to, and we can
100%.
discuss more.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, don't hesitate to comment. We love our comments. Yeah. Okay. Great.
See you in part 2.
Yeah, see you in part 2. Okay, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And thank you, Margot.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you very much. See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.